Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome you guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Maverick. He's a really awesome character. I always wondered why he never exploded with popularity. His character design is really interesting. His backstory too. I remember seeing him for the first time in the Marvel trading cards, the X1 series that Jim Lee did. So this was actually the first time I ever saw the character. And reading this card today, I realized that I never seen him use his here it's established that he's a precog. You can see into various possible futures, and that this particular powers has been totally forgotten. I'm actually not sure if he ever was shown using this particular power set, because in this series we get another power set, and then later on in the Weapon X series, they change his powers again. So it's like a really weird thing that you can't establish what are his true powers. In this one, he can absorb impacts and rechannel it and shoot them back as energy blasts and stuff like that. He's like a mix between Bishop and Sebastian Shaw in this series. And sadly, here in Argentina, like 1997, American comic books were starting to come here regularly. I was able to buy quite a few. And also comic books from Spain, obviously in Spanish, also were arriving here. And the weird thing is the quality of the Spanish comic books are better than the American ones. The paper and the print is much, much better. But for this Maverick series, issue number 1 came out here and nothing else. I did read this particular run as a digital comic book. I really hate reading digital comic books, but I remember it to be pretty enjoyable. Love the mix of characters, and some of Maverick's adventures were pretty entertaining. Here, this story was written by Jorge Gonzalez and illustrated by Jimmy Chung. I love his art. So we get the introduction of 2 new villains called Hammer and Sickle. I really like their designs. One big theme of this particular series is all these guys, ex-KGB agents, dudes all related to espionage, the Cold War. That's sort of like Maverick's big backstory. He was very tied to that. Also with Omega Red, there's also another character called Epsilon Red too. Maverick is actually dying of the legacy virus. He's actually rescued Epsilon Red's daughter, who also seemed to have weird mutant mental powers. Because what happens is he's like really suffering. He's dying from the legacy virus. She tries to enter his mind, try to soothe pain, try to save him. And what happens is his powers actually restart. He actually purges the legacy virus from his system, and to his surprise, he gets his powers back, which aren't the precognitive powers, but this weird power that he can channel kinetic energy through his system and push him out through energy blasts and heat and stuff like that. This Russian mob guy, who has obviously is probably Russian intelligence, sends Hammer and Sickle after Maverick. We get a lot of action. Maverick sort of having to get used to getting his powers back, blasting stuff and not being in a precog. We get to see the kid. There was a I'm not sure if it was an X-Men annual or part of the X-Men Unlimited series. Wolverine and Maverick team up to save this kid that has a legacy virus from the Friends of Humanity. This kid's also in the story. He's sort of Maverick's trying to be a mentor to him and trying to help him deal with the fact that he has the legacy virus and his powers are sort of flaring up and stuff like that. This was a promising series. Like rereading this, I'm really left with intrigued to go back and reread this whole run. It's probably a lot of fun, but the thing is, what I'm really interested in is, I really hope Marvel brings back Maverick, that he gets his time to shine with the X-Men. Like, it would be just really cool to see him in action in a normal X-Men title. Like, so many bad and lame characters have been brought back into the X-Men, get their moment to shine. I would love to see Maverick too. So I'm gonna leave this video here. Hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time.